I don't know if you can see this or not, but you will in a second. That is smoke. I have a fire in here. I had a little bit of water that I was using to drink, and I threw it up in there because it was pretty bad. Quite a fire going on. This area of the mower really builds up with stuff, and I have to get it out. It just stinks. So look at that, smoking. It's a smoldering fire, which would sit there and smolder. You can see right here it is a different color. That is the epicenter of the fire. I have to get these bolts out, and look at that curling up over the top. I got to get these bolts out of here, and then I got to pull that whole panel out, because if I don't, it's gonna burn my belt off before I get a chance to get it. Now, I do have a couple of issues here with that. I think it is just these two bolts here, that one there that's remaining. I think this one's just, the other loose, they're falling the hell out. So that has to come out, and then you'll see what I'm doing. So I got a feeling it has to do with this. Something happened there that broke loose, and it's cocked itself sideways. I was having some problems with it building up here, so that's got to be what it is. But anyway, I'm going to put you guys on a thing here, and that's one thing you don't ever want to do when you have a fire is panic. Because panic ensues, people die. So, that explains it. Looks like we've got a gearbox that is not happy. This doesn't feel hot. No. That is something that is not good. Alright, like I said, this is one of these things that you just can't panic. Now, I can see why it did what it did. It's right here. See all this? Green, wet grass. Ow. Got up in there, and it started it on fire by friction. It's on fire. God damn, gotta love that. Good thing I wasn't 20 miles from home. I'd be 20 miles from home tomorrow, but I ain't 20 miles from home today. Okay, so there it is. This is one of these things that gotta let it burn out, I guess. Oh, that's hot. You see the discolored spot there? That's from that. Here I was thinking I had a gearbox out. You never want a gearbox out on these things. God, it stinks. So, anyway, and I still got some fire here. I'm gonna have to get some water. Look at this thing. It is all the way up to the top. Got some sparks going. Nice good breath of air, and whew, and that would be it. She'd be off. This would probably take the seal out of right there. It just, the heat from that, I'm gonna have to check my oil, make sure that it's okay. Yeah, I thought I was gonna lose my belt. I did, I really did, but I didn't. I'm quite fortunate. Wow. Oh. You hear that stuff? This is the type of fire that doesn't go out by itself, I'll tell you that. Oh, there it is. It decided it would go ahead and flare the rest of the way up. See that? And once it does that, that's when you lose this. Huh. So you can see that I do have some bending there, and it's not supposed to be bent like that. It has definitely taken a hit of some sort, so I'll just let that shit burn out until I get some water. When I get some water, then I'll deal with it. But right now I think I'm just gonna go ahead and God almighty, you wouldn't believe how hot that is in there. You know, it's a funny thing, you can step on these things and think you got them out, and then some bitches will just flare right back up again. But yeah, that's right there. It built up on there. I'm gonna have to inspect that seal. I don't see any oil at all, so I think we're okay there. Yeah. Well, just this green wet stuff got jammed up in there. What a mess, man. That could have been a disaster. Alright, so I'm going to do this voiceover here, and I have to laugh because I was reading the comments, and one of my illustrious commenters says, so, I guess it's not a Massey Ferguson that catches on fire, it's a John Deere or something to that effect. And I had to laugh because, you know, I made that video on the Massey Ferguson Heston windrower impromptu. I mean, I just walked up to that thing, and to me, it was a disaster. I don't know. I know the neighbor has one, and he likes it. He likes the way it cuts. I actually like the way it lays the hay out. But his is a little older model. It doesn't have that diesel exhaust fluid and that big old fart can they have on there that is so close to a plastic fuel tank. You know, so anyway, whatever. So when I read that comment, I was going to respond to it, and I was like, you know, there's no sense me responding to this thing because it is someone that likes their Massey Ferguson Heston or whatever, and I'm sure there are millions of people or thousands of farmers out there that have them that enjoy them quite immensely. And quite honestly, I've never heard of one burning, so for that reason, doesn't mean that it won't, just means that I never heard of one, or it doesn't mean that it hadn't happened, it just means that I didn't hear of one. Now, as far as this fire was concerned, this is not even remotely close to what I was talking about in that Massey Ferguson video, because this was actually, you know, it was friction, not a design flaw or an engineering flaw. And, you know, I don't know. It's kind of funny. But there were a lot more things about that Massey Ferguson that I did not like, other than the fact that the exhaust tank was like within 2 inches or 3 inches from the plastic diesel fuel tank, which, you know, I'm sorry, plastic gets hot, it melts, it becomes brittle from heat, and, you know, it just isn't good. I don't care what anybody says. But as far as the cab is concerned, you know, as I get older, I like more space. And as most of you know, I've just recently, Teresa has had a little boy, my son, William. And room in a cab is very important to me right now. More important to me right now than it ever has been before. The Case windrower was plenty big. The WD-2303 was plenty big for my children in 2008 when Joe and Peyton were 8 and Haley was 9. It was just plenty big. I could put 3 kids in there plus me and go mow hay all day if I had to, and I did. But the John Deere actually has a lot more room than what the Case has, and that Massey Ferguson is really a one-man show. I mean, which is fine. I mean, most people should just have one person in the cab, but I like company from time to time. And, you know, if I could put my son in there on the floor playing with his little tractors and things like that when he gets a little bigger, while I mow hay all day, great, you know, or his mother, because she can mow hay too. You know, it's just good stuff. But as far as this thing burning because of a design flaw, no, it didn't burn. It didn't catch on fire because of a design flaw. It caught on fire because if you watched this video, which you probably didn't,
If you're going to complain about it, you probably didn't. I had struck something somewhere and bent that shield, causing it to lift and allow green hay to get on that shaft. It didn't wrap it. It just packed in there, and the more it packed in there, the tighter it got against that shaft, creating more heat, and then the dry stuff that was on top is what actually caught on fire. And if you see, I lost a bolt, and then I just take my little air gun here and blow it away. But yeah, so I cleaned it out. I'm going to make it a point to definitely clean that thing out a little more often and double, triple check that. But it wasn't bent when I changed the knives in it a week or so ago. So it was something that I had hit. And you never know because you hit stuff all the time, tree branches and things like that. So
anyway, I'm sure I did a voiceover on this one. This has been, it was a little bit scary. All right, so you saw me pull that shield off. Obviously, I'm probably being redundant right now, but took that shield off of there, pulled all that shit out of there. For some reason, this plate here, this little plate here was bending backwards. I think I got it straightened out. I just welded that on. You saw me do that. But what happened was grass had made its way up through the tower and into where that shaft is, and it spun around and around and around to the point where it had enough friction to actually get it on fire. Get it on fire. So I saw it when I made the corner. Obviously, you can see that discoloration there. So I've cleaned this all out. You probably saw me take the plug out of there and splooch oil all over the place, which is kind of weird. I thought there would be a vent cap on that, but there's not. That I can see anyway. There was one. It would be on that hydraulic motor there. There's two of them. No, there's only a single one. This is the same hydraulic motor that runs the big S770 combine, believe it or not. These are on the hydraulic drive motors. Yeah, so I was able to get my water thermos there, my water bottle. Let me get this tool out of here. I forget. I hate this smell, by the way. If you've ever had a combine on fire, you'd know what that smell is. But anyway, yeah, that's what it smells like, a combine on fire. I cleaned this area out. Not that it was dirty by any means. It was kind of a normal amount of crap in there. But I was able to get my water bottle and throw it inside that hole. And that got my fire out. That actually got my fire out. So enough. It wasn't completely out, obviously, because you saw it burn, but got it out enough that I could get it home. I passed Timothy on the highway, and I called him, and he's like, "Thought I smelled something." It's like, yeah, our livelihood is on fire, and you're just going to keep going, you jackass. Anyway, whatever, kids, fucking, I don't know. Maybe if it was his nuts that were on the line, he would have a little different attitude, but they're not, so I guess that's why I'm the boss. Anyway, yeah, so a little bit of an exciting afternoon. It kind of screwed the pooch for me getting done over there. It just did. I mean, I'm not going to get finished over there with what I've got. Yeah, there is an area over there that I need to, oh, here comes a 8120, I can hear it coming in. I need to make a new hole in the fence because I just can't. I can't get through. I'm too wide with this thing, and I don't know, maybe that 8120 will make short work of that gate or something, and we'll figure something else out. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I'm back together, ready for tomorrow morning. I'm going to go ahead and mow tomorrow and, finish that up. Finish that place up. I've got several other places that need to be done over in that direction. And then I got a bunch of second cut, depending on the weather. So, yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and back this out of here and put it in a safe spot. And thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more excitement here on OLF.